is March 18, 2010, and my name is Cindy. I'm here reporting from Tampa to tell you some facts about your everyday plastics, such as these, that you probably did not know. First off, plastics were created in 1909 by a man named Leo Bakelite.
His invention, at that time called bakelite, seemed to be the answer to everyone's problems, since it was flexible and durable and could be used to make anything.
Bakelite was the first thermosetting plastic, which meant it was able to stay in the same shape in every circumstance. Also, it is water resistant and a conductor of electricity. This material was astonishing to scientists, so they created 5 characteristics to describe it. They must be synthetically produced, mostly made of resin, liquefied at some point, semi-rigid when used, and finally, must be made by rearranging molecules through polymerization.
Polymerization is a process where single molecules are combined to form a larger molecule without turning into any other product. The plastic structure itself is many chains of carbon with hydrogen and oxygen bonded to it. The molecules are also tightly packed so they are air and water tight, making them not able to biodegrade.
It is easy to see now why plastics became so popular, because its versatility makes it able to be used for practically anything. But that is exactly the problem. It can be used for anything, so it is used for anything. Sure, it is a great material because it is cheap and very durable, but it's the fact that it is so durable that is now hurting the environment. In fact, the world's consumption of plastics is increasing by 300 million tons per year. One single plastic object, like this water bottle, takes about 1,000 years to decompose after you use it. Now take a look at this video of the plastic ocean from Good Morning America, where we see an example of just how much plastic we can build up in such a short amount of time.
At sea, thousands of miles from any land, the vastness of the ocean is giving way to what some say is the largest garbage dump in the world.
Bottle caps, soap bottles, shards of plastic.
It's called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's mostly plastic, which doesn't biodegrade. It just crumbles down into smaller and smaller pieces. The patch now spreads across millions of square miles in the Pacific Ocean.
How far does it extend? It can't be too large.
As a matter of fact, it extends from just off the coast of California all the way to China. It's bigger than the continental United States.
When they took samples from the ocean to see just how much plastic one container of water contained, they found this.
Samples contain 6 times more plastic than plankton.
Unbelievable! With so much plastic filling the oceans, fish often get confused as to what is a smaller fish for dinner or a bottle cap, and end up eating the bottle cap. Now, that little bottle cap ends up staying in that fish's stomach forever because its body can't decompose the material. Then, when a bigger fish eats the smaller fish, the bottle cap enters its body, and so forth. As you can see, plastics have a very detrimental effect to the environment. But there is one amazing way to help reduce the effects produced by plastics: recycling. There are many different forms of recycling, including chemical, mechanical, and incineration, which leads to energy recovery. Recycling, the waste is grinded and turned into a new product. It can be done multiple times on one piece of plastic, and it will never lose its mechanical properties, making it a great form of recycling. For example, by recycling one water bottle, it can be turned into another water bottle or into a whole different object, like a Barbie doll. The key point is, however, that it is not being wasted. Chemical recycling, however, transforms the plastic into its original monomers or other basic chemicals, so that it can be used again for something else. Not generally thought to be a way of recycling, since it is just burning the plastic to get rid of it. But it can be considered recycling when the calorific value of the plastic waste is recovered. Since the majority of plastics are made from oil, the calorific value is almost equal to coal. So, energy recovery takes the calorific value of the burnt plastic waste and uses it to generate heat or electricity. After hearing about all the harmful effects plastic has, it is amazing that people do not take the time to recycle more often. It's as simple as throwing your plastic water bottle into a recycling bin, or just storing it in your purse or your car until whenever you reach a plastic bin nearby. While you may be thinking that recycling is the only solution to the problems created by plastics, it simply is not. Therefore, scientists have been working on coming up with new ways of plastics that can be biodegradable and therefore less harmful to the environment. One of these biodegradable plastics is polyactide, or PLA. It is a corn-based polymer, so it is able to biodegrade. It also uses 25 to 55% less fossil fuels when being made than it would take to produce other plastics. This is just the beginning of scientists finding new ways to make plastics. Hopefully, they will hurry up and find out a cheap way to mass-produce biodegradable plastics so they can replace the ones that we use today. Now let's look back at what we've talked about. Overall, plastics have greatly improved modern America by making materials more cost-efficient and last much longer. But they have also had a huge negative impact on the environment since they can take more than 1,000 years to decompose. The world needs to start finding new, environmentally safe ways to produce plastics so they can be biodegradable and stop hurting animals in the world we live in.